All men have longer back hair than the hair on their head, right? Right, bud? You okay? I'm gonna be honest with you boys. That's 190 grams of 95.5 beef, 3 eggs. I cooked it and then I immediately had to go to the bathroom, so it's cold. So best believe I'm suffering today. But Daddy didn't raise no pansy. So we've got 4 waffles here with 40 grams of maple syrup. And what's programmed is 2 bagels with 40 grams of honey, which, I mean, you can logically see that step A to B thinking, because I'm allowed to do a little bit of manipulation and if I get bored of things, just like calorically equivalent tweaks. So last night I went to the store and I got bagels because I was like, I want to get away from the waffles. I want to be back to kosher. And my landlord's dog ate all of my bagels. So I didn't have any more bagels, but I have like 1 pack of waffles left. So we're trying to be good, but what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Buddy would like to say he enjoyed his walk, even though we didn't record any of it, because we were just having such a good time. Right, bud? Yeah. Oh, I keep throwing myself off seeing the head. Wow, that's a weird head shape. But we've got pre-training meal, which is 220 grams of any cereal less than 4 grams of fat per serving. So we've stopped messing around with different cereal flavors, and we've returned to the king, Captain Crunch. We've also got 16 ounces of Fairlife fat-free milk. But I'm listening to audiobooks right now, so go away. I want to listen to my audiobooks. Did a animal seek out this table just to leave a steaming pile of poop on it? Same could be said about this face, because it looked like shit. But I was getting my protein in. It's harder than 2 rats fucking in a wool sock. Boys and girls, singular. There's only one of you out there. We've got bench day today. What are we benching today? We're benching poundages that are well known to me because I just checked them. We're going for a 3x5 at 455, 3 minutes rest. I didn't check if there were back downs, but 3x5, 455, and then we've got incline dumbbell bench with the 125s, sets of 10, I believe, and then we've got cable flies supersetted with push-ups, and then we're finishing off with some biceps to make our arms thick and juicy, kind of like all the if you zoom in on all the pictures you get of all the cocks that people send you because you're such a thirsty fucking hoe. The bears love sending you cocks, and you save them for reasons. If you zoom in on them, it's going to look like a bicep because your biceps are going to be so big, thick, and veiny. Or your forearms because you're working on your grip strength for deadlifts because you want your deadlifts to be strong, so you got to get grip strength to be strong too. And I mean, forearms are also stabilizers for the bench, so it's like feeding 2 birds with 1 stone. But you're trying to make your forearms look thick and veiny like a porn star's cock. I said cock in this video way more than I anticipated, and you go. And yeah, that's YouTube's probably not gonna like that and limit the monetization. So I'm gonna quickly end this and start and put some bluegrass music on, some Poor Man's Poison or the Dead South, you know, some jams to get me in the zone to bench big numbers 455 3x5 plus accessories. That's what we got going on today, boys. I'll see you there. Woo-wee! Find my Clayton, call me a Democrat, boys. We had a bench day today. We started off with our pre-fatigue work, which I actually recorded for once, because I feel like if I say something, I should probably have a video of it. And then that was the last time that I actually did what I said I was gonna do, because I did some weird accessories and then didn't record them. But so I'm trying a new thing when it comes to doing my warm-ups on all three of the big lifts. Squats, I've got it kind of down to 2-plate jumps. Deadlifts, 2-plate jumps are good as well. But bench, I don't feel good doing 2-plate jumps for bench, because it's drastically different amount of weight going on the bar. So I tried something new. I did actually recorded my warm-ups, except for the first one because I forgot immediately. I started with the bar for 10, and then I did a plate plus 15 for a set of 8. And then I did 2 plates plus 25 and a 5. So we've got 30 pounds added to each side for a set of 6. And then 405. So basically we added a plate and 15. So what's that? 45 plus 15. 60 pound. So we did 120 pound jump. So basically a red and a little. Which, yeah. So that's how I approached warm-ups. And I think I liked it. I did get rid of one warm-up. That's all that got rid of was one warm-up. I feel like a plate and a half would be a better way to go about it, because we also have to get used to bigger jumps, because bigger jumps also test the testicular fortitude. So we worked up to 455. We ended up doing 405 for a set of 5 as our last warm-up, and then we jumped up to 455, and we had a 3x5. Set 1. Sorry, we were in deadlock traffic, and then a fire truck came. So worked up to 455. Set 1, I was a little nervous, and the first rep of the set, the descent was slow, which I haven't had in a while, but we also haven't been going heavy, which my first rep being slow is indicative. That's the word I'm looking for. Of tightness in the chest. So I wasn't in pain, but it's also one of those muscle memory things that I need to break. And we thought that we kind of got rid of it, but the full reset at the top is going to definitely help at doing that. So first rep was slow, and then I didn't hold the lockout super long, so I didn't get a full reset. And I reminded myself, I was like, hey, I need to do the full reset so I can have consistent cues on every rep, because the second one was because I didn't have my hand cues going on. So third rep good, fourth rep good, and I believe on the fourth rep I remembered, oh, I also need leg drive. So it's almost like I'm mentally warming up now at this point, and it's something. It wouldn't make any difference if I had more warm-ups to include. So the first 3 or 4 reps of that first set was completely upper body, and then I got into a good rhythm. So set 2, really good rhythm. The only iffy was my dominant side. The lat wasn't really firing as well. It almost felt like it was not included. So rep 4 and 5 were a little bit laggy on the dominant side. And then set 3, all 5 reps were good. It was a good set, and that's how the cookie crumbled today, boys. So we moved on to the incline dumbbell bench 125s. That's just those are good. I just hate how difficult it is to get those dumbbells up, because it's like the heavier you go, the harder it is to get the dumbbells up. But it's like the weight itself isn't hard. It's like picking the dumbbells up off of a box or the floor is probably the hardest part, because you got to do it one at a time and then get them at a position where you can curl them onto your knees so that you can sit down, and then kick them up to yourself, and that's the hardest part. I can rep it out, but also I'm a nervous little shy little baby girl, little child, and I feel always like I'm a burden on other people if I ask for help. And I know the solution to this is to ask for help, but I just don't feel like it. If I can get it up, we're good. Am I hindering my progress? No, probably not. But it probably wouldn't hurt to get help, and we could probably go a little heavier. Last time I went heavier, I did end up tweaking my shoulder, and it wasn't too fun of a time. But that was on shoulder press. Worked up to dumbbell shoulder press on that and tweaked my shoulder. I also don't know if the gym has all the dumbbells, because those are 125s. I don't know if they're missing at least one dumbbell that's heavier, because it fell out of the truck when the gym owner was bringing it to the gym, and he wasn't going to turn around and pick it up because of I believe his words were, that shit was heavy. So yeah. And then the incline dumbbell skull crushers, we're up to the 25s, and that one is weird because the first set is never super strenuous, but it sets a 15, really controlling the eccentric on that, getting a good stretch, and it's really the third set where you get like a really good hypoxic response and a good stretch going, or not, you get a good stretch the whole time, and it's like you really start to feel it because you get a good pump, you get the hypoxic response, and then that allows the muscles to kind of accentuate the stretching. So 25s are good. We could move up to 30s, but then we've got a set range of 12 to 15 on those, and we might not be able to get 15 for all three sets if we go up to 30s, but it might be worth a tickle of the nipple, you know, and do it. And then the cable flies supersetted with push-ups. So these, I mean, it's a superset, really trying to accentuate the stretch of the pec so we can really feel it in the cleavage. We got to feel the cleavage stretching, because I can get tight enough where I can crack my chest, and it's almost like cracking your knuckles, or like when you can crack your wrists or your ankle, and that's really just like air poppage of joints and stuff between the muscles and the tendons, and I can do that with my chest if it's not properly stretched out. And I haven't had the urge or feeling to crack my chest in a while, and it's because we're really accentuating the stretch on this cable fly. But so right before my third set, one of the homies in the gym missed their re-rack, or they squatted and then they missed the rack on their rack when they're trying to rack it, and there is nothing that gets your heart going faster, more aggressively than just hearing someone's bar completely drop to the safety straps while they get flung in the other direction. That was a scary experience. But I also, like, if you make sure that you lean into the rack, if you touch the uprights, even if you start to fall, as long as you push the bar into the uprights, the hooks are going to catch it. I didn't want to impede and be like, hey, if you did this, you would have avoided, because then I would have sounded like a dick, and I don't want to be a dick. I don't want to mansplain things, you know. But if you're using mono or mono attachments, as long as you hit the back of the mono or mono attachment while it's swung back, just the action of you sliding against that's going to pull the hooks in, and you won't die. But yeah, good superset. And then we finished off with dumbbell curls. Not doing full supination on this, just doing regular curls, trying to get a good supination at the top, but going for a neutral grip at the bottom. We started with the 40s, and we did a 3x12, and every set it was almost like an RPE 9. So I was like, okay, we're gonna have to do almost like drop sets, but with timed rest periods. So we started with the 40s, went 35s, and then finished off with the 30s, and we got the same really aggressive, like RPE 9, 9.5 every single set, and it was a good time. So I just got home. I'm gonna go out and do some Uber eating because bills exist, and I did get a job I'm just waiting for my start date, and while you're waiting for a start date, you don't get paid, and I still have bills to pay. So I'm waiting on that, and so I'm gonna forego a solid meal and go for a liquid meal because I've got some Redcon 1 MRE and Fairlife fat-free milk that I can make that with, and that is a tasty substitute. It is pretty good macro-wise, what you want. And the protein profile, the ingredient profile of Redcon 1 MRE is actually pretty good as well. And it's like chicken protein, pea protein, rice protein. It's basically like a Thanksgiving meal in protein powder form. So I'm gonna drink. This is actually my carb drink that I drink while training. But I forgot my creatine, didn't I? I'm gonna have to add that to my MRE. But we're gonna do that. We're gonna feed Buddy, and then we will be off like a herd of turtles to try and make some loot today. All right, we got a t-shirt change. We got a hat to keep the head from burning. It's dinner time, but I'm still a little nervous about getting a sunburn on the top of my head since it's never seen the sun before. But I feel like a basic white girl right now because I got my meal drink. I got, not only do I have my fun drink, but it's also in a Stanley cup. It's just decaf coffee. And then I got my hydration drink. And we are on our way. I mean, we're Ubering right now. Uber Eats. I have a bed in the back of my car, so I can't really do the regular Ubering. But Uber Eats. That's what we're going to be doing. There's severe thunderstorm warning tonight, so hopefully people will tip extra, being like, "Oh no, the poor delivery driver is going out in the thunderstorms and getting my Kentucky Fried Chicken." So that's what I'm hoping. But I'm gonna drink this. I can't exactly video and drink at the same time. So I mean, show don't tell. That dog's not even on a leash. What the hell? Is totally not happening today. So I will be back with you guys with the most guttural thoughts that I have in my brain dead time while doing this venture. I was doing I've got a daily goal of $100, and I was only going out 3 days a week. I was like, oh yeah, 3 days a week, that's $1,200 a month. I was like, I can totally do that because I look at my bills and they're like $800 a month, and I'm like, I'll be making $400 a month, so I'll be able to put some in savings. And then every single week, I see my checking balance go down. And I'm like, something's not adding up. And I look at my monthly spending, and I did not take into account how much I spend on food and gas, and that brought it from $800 a month to about $1,200 a month, along with like other things like helping with a down payment on my roommate's car, buying their title, things like that. But yeah, so I figure $500 a week. That'll be $2,000 to $2,500 depending on how you look at weeks. That'll keep me afloat up until I actually start the job that I've been hired for. So I'm definitely screwed when it comes to tax time, but I get a signing bonus with my new job, and I'll owe taxes at the end of the year, but I won't touch my signing bonus, and I'll just be like, take it. I was trying to stay afloat and not rack up credit card debt. And so yeah, but I'll be back with brain dead thoughts. It is very wet outside, and I don't have a coat. I really hope that people are like, oh, these poor delivery. I don't have a coat. I thought I had one in here. I was wrong. Just don't ever tell my ex that. Don't do it. So I just picked up from Five Guys, and there's this chick in there. Definitely either emo or goth, but like had almost like clown. I don't want to say clown makeup, but the eye makeup, kind of like a clown, except like almost like Kiss, kind of. just on the eyes though. And I was like, gosh diddly darn it, Natalie Carr.
But where are the clowns? Send in the clowns. Don't bother, they're here.
Look what you did to us. Because I thought it was pretty cute. And also I found a coat. It's a United States Embassy to the Netherlands, and I'm not going to explain any details as to how or why I have this. I just found it in the back of my car, and I didn't realize I still had it. I like half forgot that it was a training day and I was making a video today. 10:43, but final meal of the day. We've got 222 grams of 95.5 beef. We've got a cup of rice, dry, freshly cooked. That comes out to about 400 grams of rice, and then about 100 grams of guacamole. And so I've been a little grumpy lately because the consistency of my food has not been up to par, because sometimes it's like I've run out of time and I end up having to throw away a cup of rice. And so I was having to kind of fall back onto pasta instead of rice, which, I mean, they're similar. Whole wheat pasta is closer to white rice than anything. And so today I knew my rice cooker doesn't make 1 cup. It's like 2 cup minimum. And I was like, I don't want to do that. I don't like pre-cooking my rice and having it sit around for a while. And I was like, I was going to cook pasta anyways. Why don't I just cook rice on the stove like a normal human? And that's how normal people make their rice instead of in a rice cooker, when they're only going to make a cup of rice if they have a large rice cooker that doesn't do a cup of rice. So it's just a little extra time than regular. I don't even know, because I had less water in there. I don't know if it may have come out to about the same time, but this is the meal that's prescribed for this time, and I'm happy that I'm not wasting anything. The beef is definitely burnt, because I froze the beef, because I made 10 pounds of beef, and I go through about 5 to 6 pounds a week. I froze this beef, and I will have to get another meat log from Costco, either this week or the week after, so that I can continue having my beef be pre-prepared. Because I cooked it all, froze half, used half the week of, and I'm happy that I'm not having to throw away any rice. It's like the solution to the problem was right in front of my eyes the entire time. But I'm gonna eat this meal, and what? Use your big boy words. Don't use your big boy words. You actually have. I'm gonna eat this meal and then get going to bed. So if you guys like this video, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and tell your mom I said hi. She probably misses me. Anyways, Patrick, Full Primal Power, Patty out.